Hey guys, how we doing? Welcome back to Lee's Stock Cars for another exciting video. Right, today we're going to start a big build. It's been a long time. So it's going to be foam board, hot glue, super glue, MDF, paint, you name it, everything I'm going to throw at this one. I'm going to be building a new pit garage. So let's see where this takes me. First thing I needed to do on this is to get a solid base in place, because these levels are a bit iffy. So now we've got a nice flat bit of foam board for the base that's cut round the borders, which works really well. Got the little power supply poking up, and I think what I'm going to do is have 3 separate garages. So I'm going to have one there, one there, one there. This is going to be like an outside area linked to a door where you have oil drums, storage, tyres, blah blah blah, and all the rest of it. So simply it is a case of a wall round there and down there, 2 dividers coming in. I did toy with the idea of just making it one big open plan garage, which I still might do. Actually, I still might have it completely open plan. But I don't know. I haven't got any plans in my head for this, so it's one that's going to evolve. But certainly I don't want it to be too high, because there are going to be visibility issues seeing the car go down the back. So it's going to probably be about 9 centimetres, which tends to be my pretty standard for buildings. 9 centimetres scale wise seems to be about right. So I'm going to pop the walls on and or at least cut them out, because I might decorate them before I put in. So if I paint the base in the colour that the garage floor is going to be, I think I'm going to paint this bit black here, because this will be, I mean, the cars can still drive over here in a theoretical world to get onto the track. Okay, so let me get these bits cut out. It needs a little bit of a curve going in there. I don't think that it's going to impede in a car coming around this corner, because cars tend to swing out a little bit as they go around the bend, so we should be all right with that. Pretty much hugging the track all the way along the back, and then obviously down here. So I'm going to get those pieces cut out. Sometimes my genius scares me, because what I've done, because of visibility issues at the back of the track, etc, etc, I've cut a window in the back. This is good. So there's going to have a window at the back of the garage. Also, when I do the roof, it's going to have a skylight. So light will go in. It will be lit from within through this, but you should be able to see cars going along the back of the track. So I'm pleased with I'm pleased with myself. So I'm going to get the sides cut and maybe stuck down. I might even do that. Let's see. Right, it's taking shape, excuse me. So we've got the sides on and the back. So these are all stuck in place now, which is great. I'm going to give all this a coat of paint initially. Not sure what colour, but I think it will be black. Do I have it black? Might give it a black floor, because then that would really lead nicely from the track into the garage. Black floor, grey walls, then we can decorate the side panels. Okay, there's quite a lot of painting to do here, and I need to mix up quite a lot of the grey colour. So that's my next job. I think I need to put a door in there, but it will just be a thin, probably a 2mm MDF door there and on the other side, so it looks as if it's a door from both sides. But next job, painting. I just want to demonstrate the visibility issue, which has worked so much better than I anticipated. So the car's going round and you can see it going around the back. So I think we can call that little innovation a success. Right, let's mix up some grey paint. So we're going to go in with a bit of black, a little spot of blue, And then I haven't got loads of white left in this one. It should be enough. And it's a big, quite a light grey, so let's see what this looks like. Well, it's the right tone, it's the right shade, just need to lighten it up a little bit. With just a bit more white. And then that will do nicely. And when I do this, I tend to make a little batch of it, because this is more than I'll need to do just the walls of the garage, but it's a colour that I use quite a lot, so I think these are going to be the walls and probably the roof as well, and I will just pop a little bit of water in just to dilute it down just a wee bit. Okay, I quite like that. There's a lumpy bit, I'll get rid of that. Just a splash of water, I really don't want to put too much in. That will do. Just mix that in again. So yeah, that's the colour I'm going to use. So now I'm going to go and get the walls painted, and we'll come back and see what that looks like. So I've given it all a coat of paint. I will probably do another coat, but I'm not going to worry about that. I've masked off a couple of areas here that I want to have thin white stripes, so I'll take them up in a minute. Painted that grey, that looks fine. So it's all looking all right. Happy with the colours. The second thing I want to do is I just want to know how much of the skylight I need to have. So if I come back to my race control position, you will see that that is almost spot on, because you can still see the cars going the back, going through the back, through the window at the back. So what I'll probably do is have this bit as a solid roof, and then this section here framed off as like a skylight, and then something on top like a border on top. So this is going to work really well in terms of putting the roof on but still having visibility, and it also means I've got a nice big bit of foam board on the roof there where I can stick the lights underneath, and I'll probably put probably 4 LEDs along there. So what's next? Let's cut out the roof. Measured and cut a piece of foam board for the roof, and this is going to be where the skylight is. So this is all measured out on the building. Now, rather than cutting a rectangle out of this, just leaving a thin strip here, I'm going to cut the whole thing out and then cut a thin strip after and stick it on, because trying to cut here is going to be really fiddly and I really don't want to damage it. So okay, so let's get this section cut out, and we'll see what we've got to play with. I'm really hoping this works, because it'll make a massive difference to how the track performs in terms of racing from a driver's perspective. I won't do a lot of this cutting on the video because it's not very exciting, but I will do this one. Right, what do we got? That bit free, that bit is free. So I'll keep that piece. And here we have the cutout section that will form the roof. Now I will need some plastic of some sort to go across here as the glass, but I haven't got anything at the minute, but I'm very resourceful. I'll find something. So I'm just going to double check this on the track to make sure I still have the visibility. So you can see now that you still have full visibility of the cars going behind the garage. So this is going to work out really well. When I put the thin strip across, it still should just about give enough there for visibility, but I guess there's one way to find out. Right, I've put the front section on now. Now let's test the theory of being able to see the car go from, actually I need it from my height really, don't I? Driving position, so you'll see there, and you can see it go around the back. So let's just try once more. Yeah, there you go, happy with that. Right, so I've had a rummage through my Magnetic Racing offcuts box, and I've found two perfect pieces for the doors, so I'm going to go and stick those on. I'm not going to paint them because I really like this colour, this effect, the wood effect, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. The other thing I found was a table. For some reason it was still stuck on the sprue, so I'm going to paint this up, and this is what I'm going to use to cover, you know, the wire connector block that's in there, but I do need to put just a little piece, a little square over that so it hides it. That's the plan. Let's see how that works out. Okay, so now we have 4 lights in the pit garage. Now obviously the wiring is a mess there. I was going to tuck it around the back, but I decided not to. What I'm going to do is build like a workbench at the back and then a cupboard going up the side or something, so it hides the wires, but something that I can lift out if need be. So I'm going to measure up and get something built in there, and then we're really making progress. That's a little workbench in place just to hide the wires. When it gets stuck down, it will straighten it all out properly, which is fine. And then, as I said before, I've got this little table that can go there somewhere. I just need to put a tab on the back, so I'm going to hunt around for a piece of MDF to stick in there, but we're getting there. This is taking shape, so I'm going to get this painted now, get it stuck in place, and then try and get something for that. There you go. There you go. I think that's covered the wires really nicely, and I just need to sort the table out, and then we can crack on with the next bit. But it's looking pretty good in there. Right, I've now added a bit more detail on the roof and just put these front side sections on just to cap the side pieces. So the roof is now going to get a coat of paint. Might as well do grey, but I might darken it slightly from what I've got on the inside, so I may just put a little bit more of the black, or maybe the blue, to put in it just so it's a bluey grey. So it's going to take a bit of a while to do, so I'm going to paint this, and when that's done, I think for this video we'll be nearly finished, I would say. Well, here we go. It's had a coat of paint. There's a couple of bits I've missed a bit there, it needs touching up here and there, but that's fine, I'll do all that. And we've got some of the interior done with the 3D printed tool chests and drawers that Andy sent me, which are brilliant. So it's taking shape quite nicely. I've got a lot of the interior stuff in now, all the little figures that are painted and doing the thing, cracking on with a bit of work. I've put a support down the middle there. I'm going to put another one there and another one in there, and then I'm going to paint that so it all the roof is the same colour, and I think then it will sort of tie this bit, stands out like a sore thumb, doesn't it? So I'm going to paint that. So we're going to get those two little side panels fixed, get that painted, and we will nearly be there. And there we have it, a completed roof. Now I do need to give that another coat when it's dry, which I will do, but I would say, for the purpose of this video, as I always say, we're going to call it a day and say this is a completed project. So I've really enjoyed doing this, and until the next time folks, you'll take care, my friends. Bye bye.